Hi.
Hello, everybody.
Hello, humans.
Everybody on Facebook and YouTube, humans and otherwise
Yeah, all humans.
non-humans alike.
Oh, we've got some prime numbers in here.
Oh man,
already.
Keep those coming. Keep those prime numbers
It's gonna
coming.
swirl out of control.
The best part is, like, if you put up some numbers that weren't prime numbers,
I wouldn't
know the difference.
Yeah. We're going to have to try to divide them by other things besides one. Welcome to Literally Wasted August edition. It is the first discussion for Matt Haig's The Humans. So I hope that you are having a wonderful month.
Woohoo!
We've got a bunch of people in the comments here. We've got some prime numbers. And I want, by the end of this, for us to figure out the pattern, if we can. Collectively as a lit fem, I think
We can split the reward.
that maybe there's apparently some millions of dollars at stake here, and that would go a long way to helping us keep doing these live streams.
That's true.
So,
Someone solve the Ryman theory.
The Ryman theory. Let's
the
go
Ryman
ahead.
hypothesis?
Let's just get on that. We'll check in halfway through this discussion to see where we're at.
I mean, we have the top minds here.
But and we'll also know that if somebody just like quits mid-discussion and becomes somebody else somewhere else, that they are now an alien.
But it means they solved it. So
That's binary. I guess those are prime numbers in I don't know.
Probably.
That would be.
Jay would do that.
That's
just
not
Hello, Jay.
That's not from the Prey of Gods, is it?
Oh, maybe it is. Maybe it is.
I think therefore I am.
I think therefore I am. So, Adrian, I'm sorry you didn't sign up for this kind of pressure. I think that the drunken book shenanigans might, in this case, be helpful for solving equations.
Oh, it might. Yeah.
I don't know. You know, they haven't tried that probably as mathematicians, and there is a more of a likelihood that we may all just go insane by the end of this. So,
Lucas and numbers do not
ready.
go together.
Yeah,
honestly,
neither does
every
Adam.
time if I have a drink at a restaurant and then it comes time to tip, that's when everything starts getting rounded up really well because I can't do the math. I can't do math anymore.
No math.
Oh no, Cindy, hope you feel better.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Waving at you, giving this back. So sorry. Thank you for tuning in.
Be well.
Just get lots of rest. I'm glad you don't have symptoms yet, but sleep.
Yes.
Sleep is the body's reset button.
Yes, I will be doing that soon.
Quarantine.
So let's talk about the humans. I'm going to start.
We need a recap.
I'm
Do we
looking
need a
for
recap?
something.
You know what?
for later.
I read this on Saturday.
So you need a recap.
So I need a recap.
I'll take a recap.
I read it this morning.
This morning, of course you did. Yeah.
So hook us up with that recap.
Okay. So Professor Andrew Martin has been replaced with an alien. I'm pretty sure you remember
I
that.
remember that part.
The alien has deleted files and emails and killed his colleague, Daniel Russell, to eliminate all evidence that the human Martin solved the Raymond hypothesis.
Rayman.
Ryman. Gulliver is the last one that the alien knows about the discovery, but he's having a hard time killing him. The alien is starting to settle into being a human and is staying to do more research. He's starting to enjoy things like music, his dog Newton, and peanut butter. He's also starting to have feelings for his wife.
Hi, Natalie.
There you go. You got a special song for just you. Yeah, Brenda's got a theory about that.
Maybe.
Talia, you've been replaced.
This is the first
You're an
time he
alien.
didn't do the song.
Yeah. I am thoroughly enjoying this book so far. I am a sucker for like objective viewpoints on the human species, especially during this day and age. And like Nathan Pyle's Strange Planet, it like gets me, like that kind of stuff, like aliens doing human-y things and being like, gosh, we're kind of weird. And like this book just speaks to me. So like I am very much enjoying this book so far. And Andrew Martin is actually the name of my nephew. So
Yeah.
So this book is about his
him.
future.
yeah,
Yes.
his future. Well, right now he's like this big. So
That's so small.
yeah, he's
He's a little bit bigger
That's
than
so
that.
small.
Well, oh, go ahead.
I just had my mouth open.
It's not uncommon.
I'm loving this book also. I was expecting it to be funny. Went in knowing it was going to be funny. I was not expecting it to be so pleasant and like charming. And it is. Like I was driving home listening to it and it was just making me smile. And like I was not expecting that from this book, but I'm so pleased. I'm liking it a lot.
Yeah.
I'm really enjoying it too. I love how it's written. So I was able to get through it very quickly, which is nice. It is. It's like, I thought it was just going to be a silly, fun read. I have definitely had moments where I actually laughed out loud while I was reading it. But I do also have a very strong suspicion that this is going to make me cry before I finish the book.
Oh, you know it's going to get you in the feels.
I will say, honestly, it kind of hit me hard when he was watching Tabitha.
Isabel?
Tabitha's
the wife
the
of
guy's
Daniel.
wife that he died.
Yeah, honestly, when he was witnessing and describing that moment, that honestly kind of hit me. But no, I'm really enjoying it. I don't know that I've read anything else like this, and that's always a really fun time.
Yeah, I like it too. I mean, the first part is just really funny, and I think what it allows us to do as humans, assuming we are all humans, is just kind of step outside and realize some of the great stuff that we have in our world and in our lives that we probably just take a little bit for granted. And he's experiencing all that for the first time, and it's fun. It's fun to watch him experience it as an alien, and I don't know. Yeah, I'm enjoying it, and I think I see where it's going. It got a little dark there for a minute with him.
Yeah, I didn't expect the
killing
murdering
people,
to happen
which,
so fast and in a very unpleasant way.
And I just pictured his relationship with the dog, like Adam and Bud Dog, and just like sitting on the couch with peanut butter.
They talk about peanut butter,
and
I love it.
Yeah, so no, I think it's a really cool look in on humanity, and I'm curious to see where this all goes. The math stuff and all the numbers makes zero sense to me. It's
But I love that I feel like they acknowledge that. They're like, yeah, mathematicians go insane because they try to understand the math.
Yeah.
So honestly, to me, that felt intentional. Like Matt was saying to the readers and the audience, don't even bother. That's not the important part of the story. It's okay if you don't get the math. Like,
this quote I actually pointed out to Christy when I was reading it because that made me laugh. The group of humans coming together and suppressing their instincts.
God, there's a lot of really fantastic quotes in this book.
There really are.
Wow.
Yeah,
I love
it's like it hits like a balance. So like Lucas was talking about like the things that it makes you kind of appreciate about humanity, but also like the things that you never really thought about that we do that are kind of, it's like you get two sides of the same coin, really, is that like, this makes me kind of laugh at humanity, and also makes me think about it in ways that I haven't, in a way that I can appreciate humanity, which whatever that is, like our existence. Yeah,
lots of good quotes. That's what Natalie was saying, and I agree. I almost want to like go through. I don't get on Goodreads ever, but I know they've got a whole quote section that you can go in and look at stuff.
That's where I found the peanut butter sandwich quote. Like the video that I posted at the beginning of the month, I didn't know what to post because I hadn't read the book. And so usually when I'm looking for ideas, I go to Goodreads and I saw people talking about peanut butter sandwiches. And I was like, all right, hope this is actually applicable. I'm just going to do it.
We saw that post and we were like, does she know something we don't? Like, so like
I was
there.
trusting the internet.
You nailed it. You nailed it.
Thank you, that one lady on Goodreads.
Brenda says, I've often wondered what the aliens would think about some things in our lives, like standing around the baggage carousel at the airport waiting for luggage. Yeah, it's we just did several times, and it's awful. But
vacationing isn't awful.
Yeah, does
There we
it?
go.
Does anyone else? We were talking about this before we jumped on. It feels like it's been a month since we've all gotten together, and it's only been 2
Yeah.
weeks. It's been a long 2 weeks
Yeah.
for us.
To anybody else, it really does feel
Between work and back to school stuff, it's been crazy.
Yeah. This is a fun quote from Jennifer. I know that some of you reading this are convinced humans are a myth, but I'm here to state that they do actually exist. For those that don't know, a human is a real bipedal life form of mid-range intelligence, living a largely diluted existence on a small, waterlogged planet in a very lonely corner of the universe. Nailed it.
Yeah. The start of this book was very Hitchhiker's Guide.
Oh yeah, the whole car.
The car
made me
stuff
think
and
of
the
what it's-
Texaco station.
Most
and-
Def is trying to shake hands with
Yeah,
the
and
car.
yeah.
He's like spitting at people.
Temples to the orgasms. I
Yes.
laughed out loud at that part.
I was churches though, right? He said the more
Yeah.
ornate the building, that was
Yeah.
like the temple.
I thought it was churches too.
Yeah, clothes, those pesky things.
The achievement of tangible.
Oh my god, just the initial visual of him like walking naked into a Texaco and trying to drink a Diet Coke and then trying to shove an entire Mars bar without chewing just down his throat and being like, "Bleh." Nope, never mind. That didn't work. like it was just yeah, it was great.
Yeah, Justin, the audiobook has the nose cover as well.
Yeah, I've been thinking a lot about noses lately.
They're weird.
Stop looking at me.
Well, the testicles are the most attractive part of the human body. In case you didn't.
But they are very inconvenient when running.
Yeah,
Yes.
ain't that the truth?
Yes.
Um,
I don't know.
so
But everything else has a nose that like
Well, Lana pointed out that there's a quote, his body was more spherical than those of other humans, so he was marginally better looking. It's just the way that they described everything and the way like his visceral reaction to like the sight of humans was so interesting.
oh yeah, we are hideous apparently according to aliens.
Mm-hmm,
2 books in a row about protuberances. What even was our last book?
God, I don't even remember.
soulless.
Soulless.
Oh, protuberances.
Yes. Every room is an homage to the rectangle.
It's true though. Like just looking around at my house, everything's made up of right angles.
Yep.
That's why they call them right angles instead of wrong angles.
But
So
Okay, so let's talk a little bit about the story. So you have this alien that is sent to Earth because they know of this fellow who is just solved the Riemann hypothesis, which is the basis for all advanced technological leaps, like space travel and existing outside of your body and not having to communicate on all sorts of crazy teleportation. And
eternal
apparently,
life. Sorry.
this alien race deems humanity to be unworthy of this, and is sending this alien to stop that from
I
happening.
don't think it's unworthiness. I think that they're worried that since all humans care about is like violence and destruction, that they'll
violence and greed,
they'll screw it up.
Yeah, that they'll like
which
come
is
after everybody
probably
else.
true.
Probably true.
But
On some level, yeah.
so they got to stop this. It's the whole like the day the Earth stood still thing. It's like you're not ready for this. So he replaces. I guess the other aliens kidnapped the real Andrew Martin. He replaces Andrew Martin, and is now like on a journey to right the wrongs. Yes,
He's
Talia?
getting probed.
Look, he has a magic left hand.
Ah,
Oh,
yes,
right.
it
He
does.
does have
All
some
the
magical
technology in his left hand that makes him do the stuff and the
Well,
stuff.
yeah, he also like gave the dog sight and helped Isabel lift the TV with his mind. And
Yeah, is it bad that I was like, oh, he killed that guy immediately?
Is he replaced or they just
But
kill
then
him?
he made the dog
He's getting probed.
better.
It's all good.
And
I think they killed him and then put the other guy in his place.
Yeah, there's like a replica maybe. Or,
Yeah, I don't think he's like entered Andrew Martin's body. I think he has his own body.
yeah, because he ended up somewhere random,
Mm-hmm.
like in the middle of the
Well,
street.
and because remember she said so, like, yes, he has the weird left hand thing, but she like felt his heartbeat and said it was irregular. So it is not a human body.
Yeah. So meanwhile, in his quest to do this, he is discovering the life of Andrew Martin. In an attempt to like stop the message from spreading, he's got the wife, the kid named Gulliver, the dog named Newton. He's got his best friend Ari, and then the colleague who ends up getting murdered, and he's learning about the life of former Andrew Martin, which seems to not be like super great.
Yeah, Andrew kind of sounds like a tool bag.
Andrew was a butthead. He's cheating on his wife with a student. Sounds like his relationship with his wife is not great. His son is detached from the family. They are not close. They have all sorts of problems.
Well, yeah, his wife even said he hasn't liked his son in years.
Yeah, so this alien is now learning about Andrew Martin's life, and yeah, so things are happening. And Julie pointed out earlier that this alien is now softening up, despite the demands of his overlords.
Yeah, but if he doesn't do it, someone else is gonna come.
It's like, is it weird though that like, do you feel bad? Should you feel bad that a murdering alien came and killed your husband, but he's better for your family than your real husband was?
I mean, if it works out in the end.
Cool.
Right? I mean, it's a weird, I don't want to say a gray area because it feels bigger than that, but it's interesting.
Yeah, so as Lisa's saying, the alien is a better Andrew Martin than the original was, but the alien is in his attempts to pretend to know what's going on is like actually being a better person. He's being attentive to his, he's like, and he's starting to notice, he at first like all humans are hideously ugly and like deformed and blah blah blah, but now he's like appreciating the way they look, and he's appreciating his wife, and is in just his attempts to understand, he's actually like made more of a connection with Gulliver already than.
Did anybody else love his interaction with Gulliver when he was trying to communicate and decided to just parrot him?
Yeah.
And so he just inserted the F word randomly all the time because
like Joe Pesci.
That's how you're communicating. That's how I will speak back to you. And his son was like, you're cussing weird.
He's like, effing bye,
Yeah.
He's like, well, that's not working.
No.
Yeah, that was funny. Yeah, the humor is spot on. Again, this book just gets me. It's like, and I was, I was like, I'll start it, and then I just kept going.
Did you see it as
so short?
Yes, I like that. Could you see it as a movie, Adam, that you would direct?
I'm sure it's a TV show.
I'd make the movie. Third Rock from the Sun. Gotta get John Lithgow as the.
I have to say one thing that I really liked, like especially from the beginning, because this is something that I've thought about before, is we've seen these movies before, about not necessarily specifically alien abduction, but like when someone's replaced by someone else, and we're like, how do people not notice? They're just like, oh, you're acting funny, but like. In this, it went full on, he's in a mental hospital. Mm-hmm. And I've always wondered about that. Like if an alien actually came to Earth or something that crazy actually happened, he wouldn't be able to integrate immediately into this new world and new society, and people would notice. Like I've always thought, if this actually happened, he'd end up in a mental hospital or something like really weird, or like detained by the government,
like K-Pax.
like something would happen. And so I really liked that immediately happened. They're like, this is all wrong. You're naked and you're arrested and now you're in the hospital. I don't know. I just really liked that because I feel like that always kind of just gets glossed over in other stories that might have a similar beginning.
Yeah, I really appreciated that too. And the fact that it gave him a foundation to excuse all of his future weird behavior.
Very convenient.
Very effective. Yeah, it is. But it also makes sense because you're right. Like, they're acting crazy. They should get help.
Yeah. No, if Lucas came into the house and he was like, what did we talk about last night? And when is the last time you saw me? I would be like, oh, let me just check my phone. 911.
Look at how beautiful my testicles are.
Well, I'm sure you say that all the time.
It's all the time. Every day
Nice.
when I come home.
I really feel like the aliens fell short on their research before they started this mission. And yeah, when did they come and like analyze humans and Earth? Because Mike has a really good point. Like it's just so flat, like their idea of what humans are.
I don't know, man. Ultron was born and went on the internet for like less than 5 minutes. And then he immediately was like, yeah, humans have to die. Y'all are the worst.
Yeah.
It did not take him long at all.
I've been on the internet.
Yeah.
So
Maybe
Alan
that's where
Tudyk,
they did their research. They Googled.
this is a show that I have not seen, but I want to, because it does seem similar to what we're reading, Resident Alien.
That's what I've been picturing in my head
Oh,
when I read.
Alan
I
Tudyk.
have not seen it, but I have been picturing him.
I can't picture Alan Tudyk.
He's a leaf on the wind.
I imagine he's fantastic in that role.
He's fantastic in everything. He's the pirate in Dodgeball.
Oh yeah, he's really good.
He's Firefly.
Yeah, he's yeah.
A Knight's
What's-
Tale.
I was
Pirate
going to say thank
Steve
you. I
or
loved
something.
him in The Knight's
Yeah,
Tale.
he's so good.
Alan Tudyk, if you're watching.
What's up, brah?
Well, and Kay Anderson says they don't think enough of humans to put in much effort
That's
into
true.
the research. And yeah, they clearly have a very like low opinion of humans and of Earth. And honestly, the alien, his intelligence, I don't know if it's intelligence, but his ability to adapt is so high. Like he really didn't need much. Like it takes him 100 words to get a language, but some people or some aliens in his
Less.
yeah, it's like
Yeah.
10.
He's the slow one.
He's an average Joe alien. So Laura says, what is the alien being he's communicating with? I assume it's the big giant head.
But didn't he also say that one of the reasons humans were so primitive is because they're all like separate? Like, aren't all of the aliens?
They have like some kind of collective
Yeah, there's
mind
no
power.
like, hierarchy, even though he's in trouble somehow, which kind of goes against that. But
But we don't know
Yes.
why. Like, we know it was because of a speech he gave, right? But we don't know exactly what he said that made him get in trouble. Is that right?
I don't remember.
yeah,
Refresh our
he's being
memories.
punished.
Yes, this is punishment.
You ought to be punished.
You have to go to Earth. Sucks for you.
So the aliens think that destroying the evidence of the Riemann hypothesis proof is actually saving humans from themselves. Are the aliens doing this to look out for the humans? Or are they looking out for themselves?
I think they were looking out for themselves.
Yeah.
I think they think that because I'm a human, I think they think that we're not capable of making good decisions now that we would have this technology,
That's
especially
true.
Yeah.
since they think so little of us. And so, yeah, they're like, all right, little toddler with the fork about to stick it in the outlet. Give me that back.
I mean, I'm
Exactly.
there was another quote about like something about how we don't realize how much really binds us together and I'm really convinced in my real life that the only thing that will bring us all back together is some sort of alien invasion.
That's what I said. I said that the other day.
It's
I
true.
literally said that.
Like,
I said
the
that.
only thing,
Yeah, we had
because
that conversation.
everyone's crazy and you got everyone in every kind of spectrum of life, and like it's horrible, but
We
the
just
only
need a-
thing that's
Everyone
need
has
Independence
forgotten
Day.
that we're all humans.
We just needed a larger scale common enemy, and then there's a whole new thing.
That's right.
I feel like the turning point of the book is when he lists off all the advancements we don't have, and then realizes he's standing in the way of us discovering them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's having some. He's questioning a
pulled.
lot of things. Yeah, he's getting pulled. But yeah, alien
great.
invasion. Bring it on! Unite humanity. It'll be like Independence Day. It's going to be great.
Russell Casey.
But like maybe less destruction. Like I'm thinking more like The Host. If anyone's read that book, it's a lot more
Yeah,
peaceful.
but that's creepy though too.
But I mean, it was still an alien invasion, but at least it was like a happy society and no buildings blew up. It was a good book.
So in the discussion topics post, Adrian Lamb said, anyone else think this is going to be a book that hopes to turn pessimists into optimists? I kept noticing all the digs at humans and thinking, ouch, harsh, but true.
It turns pessimists into optimists.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see. I guess it may be. Maybe because we're saying a lot of pessimistic things about humanity. It's like, we're not ready. We're just a bunch of quibbly things that can't even agree with each other.
I would agree that he's trying to turn pessimists into optimists, or at least like giving you a fresh perspective on stuff. Because I know, like, just reading the first half of the book, I was starting to appreciate things that maybe I've been taking for granted. And
like noses.
like, no, those are gross, remember? But yeah, no,
Well, when you put humanity under a microscope, you see things that you don't really think about, and that's kind of what this book, you gotta hand it to Matt Haig for being able to so skillfully step outside his own existence, because he's a human, right?
Maybe.
Isn't he? Maybe. And he's able to sort of step outside and think about these things. Nathan Pyle does the same thing with the Strange Planet. I love that stuff. I follow him on Instagram. But yeah, maybe it will. Maybe, I think that we're definitely headed in that direction. I don't want to like open the door for spoilers, but I think that the emotional journey of Andrew Martin is gonna be poignant.
yeah. Yeah, Lisa's is funny. His wife is becoming progressively less hideous to him. It's like a reverse marriage.
No, that's not a thing. Martin.
Yeah, I think he's ready for his tantric orgasm moment.
Yeah. But
I'm
maybe
definitely curious about it.
Cosmo may have built it up too much for him. It's like, or maybe he'll be able to show off some of the things he read.
See, I don't know, because honestly, I kind of was waiting for that interaction with his wife, and like, but in an uncomfortable way. And I'm very interested to see how Matt approaches we're friends, how he approaches this, because that to me seems really squicky and weird, because she doesn't know that it's not her husband. So honestly, I'm very interested to see if the author approaches that in a particular way. And I honestly kind of like that it didn't happen like immediately, because I think I would have been really disappointed and grossed out by that.
Yeah, no. You
Yeah.
want him.
Oh, yeah, poor Gulliver.
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 But you can already see the relationship building there, which I like. And it's just from him just being present and open and curious about him.
And communicating.
And
because it seems
communicating.
like the real Andrew Martin hasn't talked to Gulliver in who knows how long.
2 years. There was the fire incident, and so I think after that the relationship got even more strained.
And he followed him to the train tracks, and like that was potentially scary. This one,
Yeah,
you'd think.
I mean, he's not eating well.
he ate a bouillon cube. Is that what
Yeah.
they're called?
Bouillon.
And he said that. I was like, "Ew."
They're just
No one's
solid
taught him about food
stock, basically. Like,
and herbs. Just trying bread, herbs on it.
Well, and bread with sugar also.
Ugh.
yeah. Who else thinks Gulliver is a secret math genius who keeps rejecting the math prizes?
No,
He knows math.
Does he?
Yeah, he said something about that, right?
No.
Am I
That's the
thinking-
thing is we don't actually know if he's good at math or not because his dad, not dad, said basically like, "Are you good at math?" And his son was like, "You know how I am at math." And we don't know if that means really good or really bad.
I
So,
took
like-
that as that he's good.
Oh, I took it as we don't know.
I took that as if he's not good because that's what I would say.
Like,
My dad
especially
was
if your
like-
dad is like one of the most famous mathematicians in the world,
And they're doing all
and
right.
then you're not good at math.
Okay, so halfway point check-in. How are we doing on solving the thing?
The Ryman.
The Ryman
Who's-
hypothesis.
Who's
The
done
Ryman.
it yet?
Yeah, we got 1, 3, 5,
7.
7.
Well, 2 was in the original
13.
list that someone
11.
posted.
11,
Is 2 a prime number?
13, 2, yeah.
What?
So we're seeing the pattern emerge.
Good. We're so bad at math.
Those are just-
Everyone just say numbers.
Listen, there's a lot that, you know, it's going to be hard, but think about it. Faster than light travel, teleportation. We can do this.
Oh no, look, we've made Brenda lose track.
Sorry.
Oh, so sorry. Listen, just checking in. I think we can do this. Just pool your resources. Mike's working on it. Thank you. And you watched a YouTube video, so I know you're pretty close.
So, I think it's Rick Wiles that asked, who, when you're reading a book, like find stuff and like start Googling it or learning more about it while you're reading it?
I did in this one to kind of, I mean, I know what prime numbers are ish, but I looked up some videos to see the patterns and stuff.
Oh, I do that occasionally for some books. I didn't do that today, but that's also because I was under a little bit of a time crunch.
Don't answer the door.
The book that I, you know, Christy, the book that I Googled the most stuff in was, and that was the most fun also, and made me a better all-around geek, was Ready Player One. There were a lot of geek references in that book that I was like, what? And it got me into Rush, and it got me into a lot of other things that I was like, oh yeah, that's awesome. Like,
Yeah. I look up stuff pretty frequently, but it's usually either other books or food. Like if they like when she
Like
mentioned
fecal
treacle
tart.
tart. Yeah, I went and Googled it because I wanted to know what it was because she was so obsessed with it. And then also Rarebit from We Have Always Lived in the Castle. I read that sentence and I was like, oh, just wait. I gotta find out what this is.
And it was
Oh,
so
it was good.
It was really good.
There was a lot of music that he listened to, like the Beach Boys, and like and you know, I was listening to Spotify and
David Bowie.
Jupiter, the Jupiter one, Holst came on my playlist, and I was like, that's the thing for the book.
Yeah.
It's the thing from the book.
I did love that. Yeah, he was like, he was listening to a bunch of stuff, and it took him a minute to find anything. And he said Claire de Lune was the first thing that he heard. And I do, because that's one of my favorite. I like have
I
the
love
sheet
that
music for it on
Callie
the
plays
piano,
that
and I
one.
almost was
I
like,
when she plays.
I almost stopped to be like, I'm going to play it now. Like, that makes me want to play it now. And then I was like, oh no, I have to read. But I do think that was I'm trying to remember, forgive me, one of my memories literally just went out of my head.
Are you an alien?
So I know that I said the thing about Uh-oh, where'd it go?
No.
Yeah, come back to me.
Yes, but people are making good points about music, the correlation between music and math correlation. Like I know how to use that word. Relationship between music and math.
And that's what music is.
Mm-hmm.
Hearing math, which is why jazz is awful.
Jazz is great.
Oh, hot take.
I'm pretty sure jazz is pre-calculus.
Fun fact.
Judging by my high school grades.
Never took calculus. I somehow made it through my whole academic career without having to take calculus. I don't even know what calculus is, except for sometimes the dentist says I have it on my teeth.
Numbers.
I took it as a summer course, and actually that was the best math class I've ever done. But I was the only class I was doing. It was a summer class.
Whoa.
But I suck at math. I'm really bad at math.
I don't even know what I have to count on my fingers.
Okay, so Bethany Cheatwood Howard said, I'd like to talk tomorrow about the non-sports implications. Oh, wait. Where was it?
You here?
Nope.
Oh, no.
I got it confused.
She has multiple pages.
Sports.
Football equals soccer.
I did love that he was like, I didn't like the sport and I didn't pay attention to the sport, but it was nice that I didn't think about my mortality for a while. So cool.
Oh.
Sport good.
Yeah.
Here it is. Sorry. The first of all, the quote about how human nature was about winning. The truth is, you see, however much they beg to disagree, humans don't actually like to win. Or rather, they like winning for 10 seconds. But if they keep on winning, they end up actually having to think about other things like life and death. The only things humans like less than winning is losing. But at least something can be done about that. With absolute winning, there is nothing to be done. They just have to deal with it.
Yeah, thanks, Nick Saban.
Yeah, really.
Y'all are ruined.
But then
I have to think about my existence all the time.
she wanted to talk about the non-sports implications of this idea. When you win in life, do you always end up wanting more? Are we ever fulfilled by having the right career, money, etc.?
No.
No.
It's always something.
Yeah, I really love that section. I really loved it.
Well, that ties to something that he says in the very beginning, that I will be able to find probably maybe.
Football is all about groaning.
Yeah, I like that he said that he probably overdid it though because people were looking at him. I just imagine him at the football game being like, oh man, where was that? It reminded me, he said something about capitalism. What was that quote about capitalism? Was hilarious.
Somebody find it.
I mean, honestly, I'd probably have like a faster time Googling it. But he did. Oh, and that whole scene.
Emily says, the last song you mentioned was Claire de Lune by Debussy. And so I played it while the chapter went on, and it was beautiful, but it made the scene of Gulliver by the train tracks somehow eerie.
Oh, interesting.
It was already an eerie scene, too. So, I would imagine on top of that. Matt Haig, the humans.
Yeah, I love the little dog cover. I think the dog cover is way better than the nose cover.
Oh, it is. I agree.
He's so cute.
He is.
Also, I loved the whole relationship he had with Newton. I know we kind of touched on it already, but like them talking to each other sort of and like really bonding over peanut butter.
Solid thing.
It was so good. And like when he was like, it's gone. It's like, well,
It's like,
check.
no,
It's not gone.
He's like, no, look, I just checked. He's like, that was not a proper
properly
check.
checked.
Yeah.
I did love that because honestly, when that first started, I was like, is he actually talking to the dog or is he just making assumptions based on the dog's like expressions? And then when the dog actually legitimately started to like communicate with him, I was like, oh, it was fun. You can talk to the dog.
Properly checked.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, and I love that he tried to win the dog's favor by like fixing the dog and making him like better. He was like, well, I need to be in this guy's good graces. because he's growling at me all the time.
Yeah, Caitlin said, I loved his desire to heal the dog. For someone still struggling to understand human emotions and calling them illogical, he innately responded in an emotional manner. And someone else mentioned that it kind of seemed like he wanted to heal the dog because he had just murdered somebody. Just kind of a balance thing.
I found the quote. Magazines are very popular despite no human ever feeling better for having read them. Indeed, their chief purpose is to generate a sense of inferiority in the reader that consequently leads to them needing to buy something, which they do, and then feel even worse, and so need to buy another magazine to see what they can buy next. It is an eternal and unhappy spiral that goes by the name of capitalism, and it is really quite popular.
That's why I hate magazines.
So that's like in the beginning of the book. And when I read that, I was like, oh, he really is. He's just going to thump the human race on the nose quite accurately over and over and over again in this book, isn't he? Yeah, because it's like, I know that someone said, yes, every time he was having like these epiphanies, so to speak, about the human race, and we'd be like, ouch, but true. I never even had that harsh moment. I was like, yeah, every time. I was like,
no, I guess Lisa magazines are good.
Lisa magazines are good. Y'all don't count.
What's
the exception that proves the rule, right?
Yeah.
Is that a math thing? No.
Just don't try to make me buy anything, Lisa.
Nah.
Nah.
Matthew Flick.
Mad Magazine. Oh, that's
Mad
awesome.
Magazine's
Mad
pretty
Magazine and Nintendo Power are the best magazines ever.
Yeah, National Lampoon. The humor magazines are good. Comic books. Are those magazines? No. They're like magazine form. Just
Two Justins.
loved how we described the separation of physical and mental health as primitive.
Yeah.
Agreed.
And Lana Rose actually mentioned that. She added the quote in the discussion topics post. She said, they see a strong difference between the mental and the physical within the same body. They have mental hospitals and body hospitals, as if one doesn't directly affect the other.
Mm.
She said, this was published in 2013, and we are still dealing and accepting mental health issues as affecting our bodies.
Yep.
Yeah.
This has never made sense to me. Because your brain is the organ that runs your whole body. So if something is wrong with an organ in your body, how is that? Why is there a separation? It drives me insane that there is. Yes, this still very much exists. Really.
That actually like spoke to me big time too. Just, what are we doing? What are we doing? Mental health is important.
I thought you were talking about the dog.
No,
thing.
the dog thing is funny. That's funny.
Like, we literally are nothing except, we've talked about this before. I know I've said it a million times, but literally our body is just the flesh puppet for our brain. We're all just brains. We're only brains. How come the brain, which is what we are, is like the least taken care of? Oh my God. Did I say that right? Yeah.
Cooking the book's probably just a peanut butter sandwich.
Yeah.
Mm.
Just sugar on bread.
Have you ever had a sugar sandwich?
Have you?
It's called an
What?
Oreo.
Yeah. You get bread. White bread is preferable. And you put butter on it, and then you pour sugar on it. And do butter on the other side so the sugar sticks. You ever made a sugar sandwich when you were a kid?
No.
Do it right now, Lucas.
I don't have white bread, but I would totally.
Are you an
totally
alien?
do that. Real butter, not like fake butter, not margarine.
Margarine.
Yeah, like real butter and sugar.
That sounds awful.
I'd eat it. I'd try it.
I'm gonna make you one. Adam.
Make us all one.
I will.
Missy
Okay,
says her dad used to eat sugar on
You're
bread.
not alone.
And Tanny Donza, my favorite name of all time. That sounds like a depression.
Tanny,
meal.
I did see your name pop up in a comment the other day, and it just made me smile. It's a great name.
Yeah. Plus 10 if it's your real name.
Yeah, look, Amanda, I'm not crazy. My dad used to eat those with a glass of milk.
Mm.
If you go to
Eat a
Europe,
glass?
they do. If you go to Europe, that's a big thing in like the Netherlands and Belgium and Germany is like you legit have a piece of bread, and it's like fresh baked bread, and then you put butter on it, and they'll do like sugar sprinkles and stuff, like actual like sprinkles that we would put on.
Maybe it's because like I don't like sprinkles.
Yeah,
I used to have this. I used to eat
Period,
this.
like on anything.
When I was a kid, my mom made this for me. Toast
Yeah,
with
cinnamon toast.
sugar.
My grandma used to make me butter bread, and it's just butter spread on a white piece of bread that's not toasted.
I've had that.
It's delicious.
That's good.
I
It
also
was so
just
good.
used to eat buttered toast with
Oh yeah,
no jelly.
but there's it's
butter
always
toast
the
is
right
great.
time for buttered toast.
So he's not wrong about the whole like bread thing.
I mean, he realized immediately that it was the right vehicle.
I was gonna say he didn't really care about the bread. He just liked the peanut butter.
Mm-hmm.
Because remember, he told when his wife made him a cheese sandwich, and he was like, "Thanks, I liked it." I mean, the bread part, but then he was like, "I lied," and then like any of it, the cheese or the bread. Ew. I can't say anything. I ate weird stuff as a kid, but I didn't know it was weird until I got older. Apparently, I ate a ton of raw eggs as a child.
My favorite to make when I was a kid was salami sandwich, where it's just salami and bread and mayonnaise.
Lucas puts peanut butter in his vanilla ice cream sometimes.
I do. It's really good. If you get
Oh,
peanut
that
butter,
sounds
That will do.
and then
Yeah.
actually, okay, hot take. Instead of chocolate syrup, you do Nestle's Quick powder. There's something about it. Granted, it's a texture thing for some people. Like this one.
Lucas,
I
I'm
know.
going to try that. I would try that.
Nestle Quick powder in vanilla ice cream is it's pretty solid.
I would try that.
It's a different taste. It's a totally different chocolatey deliciousness.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, bread.
I just glanced and I was like, oh, wait.
Yeah, it could be.
It says read.
It says
Bread more.
Read more.
Bread
Bread.
more.
Y'all,
Look at
wait,
this.
can I tell a really quick story
See?
that doesn't have to do with this?
It's a thing.
No, I won't. I'll keep it to myself. Never mind.
You can. I don't have any more.
Okay, so y'all, I know this is bad, but do y'all remember that game Draw Something?
Drawful?
Draw Something, and it was like a really like popular app there for
I
a minute.
remember
You
that.
would play
Oh,
like
it was like Words with Friends, but
yeah,
you drew
it was Words with
pictures.
Friends, but you
Yeah.
would play games like on the app, and
That was fun.
it would give you a word, and you had to draw it, and your friend had to guess it, and you would play back and forth.
I know what you're gonna say.
And so this is awful. So I was playing with a friend, and they drew like a really good picture, and it's just bread, 5 letters, and they drew a perfect loaf of bread, and the letters were BREAD, and I was like, "Great
Bread.
job! You
Put
are
toast.
so much a better artist than I am." And so I put bread, and it said wrong, and I put bread, and it said wrong, and I like put bread, and it said wrong, and I was like, "Oh my god, what is happening?" And then I thought, and I literally like. Normally, I played this game multiple times a day, and I spent all day long just staring at it and being like, "It's bread. It's BREAD. It's a loaf of bread." And then I remembered
This person's
our dear friend who I adore and love and was playing with is also dyslexic. So I typed in the word. I typed in the word beard, and it was right.
so good. I remember that.
That was years ago, and I
That
still
was
love
years
it.
ago.
Anyways, but now I want bread.
I love bread.
Fresh bread.
Bread too.
Oh man.
You want
Uh,
do you want a sugar sandwich?
No.
I do.
Maybe
Make you one.
maybe cooking the book can just be like
Bread
Weird.
things. No, there is nothing better than going
Bread.
to a restaurant and then putting a basket of bread on your table. You're just like, yes,
Okay, but some restaurants have way better bread than others.
that's true.
that's
But
true. Yeah.
but I like all breads.
Like Logan's. Logan's has the
Oh, Logan's is so good. An Outback Steakhouse. And
that would
Olive
just
Garden
butter on it.
bread
That's
sticks,
fine.
And
they don't
Red
give you real
Lobster and
Ooh,
Ruby
those
Tuesday.
cheddar
Red Lobster.
biscuits?
Those cheddar biscuits and Jim and Nick's. And oh my
Jim and Nick's.
god,
Oh, damn.
Bread.
Jim and Nick's is
broke my
good.
headphones.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. We got really sidetracked.
This is good. This is what this book club
I'm
is
so
for.
sorry.
What was the first?
What's the one?
Every time?
No, the funny one with the hills.
the Kill the Farm Boy.
Kill the
They
Farm
had the
Boy.
bread-
Oh, where he
Oh.
that's all he can do, right?
Yep.
The wizard that
Make
makes
crackers.
bread.
Yeah,
That was good.
Oh man.
That was good.
Kill the farm boy.
totally
He's
making a
like
bread
the Dark
sandwich.
Lord. Dark Lord something, right? I can't remember.
Toby,
Toby, yeah.
Toby.
R.I.P.
Yeah.
Aw.
That's sad that Toby died.
Artisanal crackers.
Artisanal crackers. So the takeaway from this book
Is
bread is delicious.
no peanut butter is delicious.
Peanut butter.
Peanut butter is delicious. Things on bread is good.
Don't eat dog breasts.
We don't eat dog breasts or chicken breasts. No meat.
Testicles are beautiful.
Oh, yeah,
I
I
think
got
it's just because they're round. I think he's a fan of round things. Rectangular is unpleasant.
You'll be proud of me. I got the whole dog thing confused with another book that I also read. That's not part of this book club because I read books. I read 2 whole books last week.
He did.
2.
2 books in
Wow.
1 week?
Yes.
That's
And
awesome.
got to the halfway point in this book.
It's
Wow.
not even a humble brag. You're just straight up bragging.
Yeah, I read a lot. One of the books was this thick.
Were they sci-fi, fantasy?
Yeah,
stuff?
sci-fi.
Nice.
Sci-fi was the 6th book of the Expanse series,
Oh, those are
Babylon's
huge.
Ashes, and the 2nd book in the Wayfarers series by Becky Chambers. The Long Way to a
Small
Angry Planet.
Oh, cool.
The 2nd book in that series, which was on a poll. That first one was. Anyway, I
I
read
remember
books.
that.
I read books.
They were both good. Yeah, the Spans books. Boom. So I think we've already answered this question, but how you feeling? I think we're all just really like jazzed about this book. Matt Haig should be here. We're like, it's very rare you get a 4 for 4.
Yeah.
I will
It's
say
true.
I'm a little apprehensive just because I do feel like he's gonna end up punching us in the heart. And like
I'm ready
which
for
is-
it.
it's
Hit me.
fine. Like the book is good and it's enjoyable and it's nice that it's not a series. And I know like when we're done with this and then I can move onto the next fun thing. But like, I guess I don't know. I'm like, part of me I think is just like holding my breath a little bit because I know the gut punch is coming. But I am really enjoying the book.
Yeah, I am too. It's I hope the humor kind of like it didn't subside, but it wasn't as like the first part of the book was just laugh out loud stuff, and I hope that continues a little bit more. But I'm really interested to see where it goes, and it's a quick read. I like the brevity of all the chapters because I feel like I'm actually accomplishing something.
That is so nice.
Yeah, that's nice.
That being said, though, the fact that they're not numbered was very
tough. I
stressful
couldn't-
when Christy and I tried to find a midway point for y'all, and we're like, this is a random title
Yeah.
in a random place.
Also, if you're listening to the audiobook and you know you have to stop in a certain place, that's really hard.
It's hard.
And there's titles like every other, couple of minutes.
So it's going to be one of the like 70 titles in the beginning of the book. So sorry.
Yeah,
Y'all
we have
found
people
it.
who had a hard time stopping at the halfway point. It started with cynical humor, is now becoming a bit more sincere, but also funny. Yeah, no, I went into this book thinking that it was going to be about, you're going to get some sort of emotional turmoil with this main character, and then the gut punch is coming. And I think that the gut punch mixed with, that's true, Jennifer.
They should have been numbered by prime number.
That would have been so cool.
Oh, that would have been good.
Email him.
Yeah.
Tell him to do a reprint.
I think the gut punch wouldn't be as effective if it didn't have that cynical start. Like if it didn't go from like all the way over here to like here, I think it started in a good place to make the gut punch. Like that's good structure. Oh, if Newton dies,
Oh, we'll have a literally wasted bonfire, I think.
yeah. Do not kill the
Throw it
dog.
in. Everyone bring your copy of Marley and Me as well.
Yeah.
I don't know what
Oh
I'm talking
gosh,
about.
that was just
Yeah,
stupid.
Why would
No, it's
you
fine.
even
Move on.
so
mention that?
stupid.
Sorry.
Marley and
Burn
Me.
it.
God, the one movie that
Burn it.
I don't cry at movies, but that movie.
All I know is there's a golden
Okay.
retriever.
Come back. Come
Hate
back.
you, Marley and
Newton's
Me.
alive.
I read that book on our honeymoon. I just cried by the pool.
Oh no.
It's fine. It's fine. Keep going. I read like 40 books on it. It's fine.
Don't read Marley and Me. It's stupid.
Don't. It's
Unless
not
you need
worth
a
it.
really good
Don't even
cry.
watch the movie.
It's based on a true story, you guys.
Okay. Whoa, guys, we have derailed.
Sorry. Okay.
Like worse than usual.
Do you want to hear a fun
Newton's
fact
gonna be
about Milo
fine.
Notice?
Huh?
Nothing.
What?
Nothing.
Oh, I haven't thought about that movie in a long time.
Okay,
Whoa.
so
Milo
yeah,
and Otis.
this was we're not gonna go.
I've never seen it. Ha ha ha
Um,
ha. Don't tell me about it.
Do we have any announcements?
Yes.
Oh yeah, no, we got a book poll.
We
that's
do know
ending,
what
right?
our next book is going to be.
Oh yeah. It's the only exercise I'll be getting that whole month. Haha. Get it? 'Cause
No.
it's-
Ha
Yeah, we're officially The Hike by Drew Magary
Drew McGarry.
McGarry.
It's McGarry.
has
Right.
won. That's what we are reading in September.
The Hike.
I will go download it right
That's-
now.
It's my exercise for September. That book.
Yeah.
Well, I sit
and
on my butt.
September's theme is like fun and easy or whatever, and but also this month's theme
Apparently,
is
yeah.
starting
also.
out fun and easy. So
I
think
can't wait to see what you do for October, Christy.
Oh yeah, neither can we.
Yeah, we might there might be a post later to get some ideas, some suggestions for October.
The Hike is also a shortish book. I'm okay with this.
It's supposed to be fun and easy.
Yeah, I like
Although the description was slightly dark.
Congratulations,
Yay,
Kathy. You did it.
There is no wrong old man's war. They're
Well,
all right.
Yeah, and I had to force that one on you.
And the joke was we all loved that book.
Yeah, another 4 for 4. This is 4 for 4 so far, Matt. We'll see. We'll see if you make it. When's our second live discussion? It'll be August something.
2 weeks
2
from
weeks
today.
from today. It'll be August 25th. August 25th. And then September, even though there's 5 Wednesdays in September, we will be discussing The Hike on the 15th and the 29th.
Nice.
15th and the 29th.
So
That'll go up later.
Lisa, someone said in a discussion or on Facebook earlier, we kind of do spooky light.
We are also all a bunch of wimps.
Well, I'm not, but the rest of them
No,
are.
I know we all
No,
are.
Lisa, I don't
Yeah.
read scary
So-
stuff.
We
can't
tend
handle
to do something Halloween themed or spooky, something with like vampires or ghosts or
Like Berenstain Bears, trick-or-treating.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
we do
Vernacular.
spooky, not outright horror.
yeah, so it might actually be okay, but of course you don't ever have to participate if you don't want to. But it
No,
might
you
not
do.
be as bad as you think.
You do have to participate.
Jay, we will probably right now not be at the same house for the next discussion, just because
We live in Alabama.
We live in Alabama, and it's really the Delta
I don't know if
variant's
y'all
really
have
bad
seen
right
like the
now.
colorized maps that they show on the news and the internet sometimes, but right now it did start out where it was just like the whole bottom of the country was red, but now it's kind of like the whole country.
Yeah, the people in Alabama
so-
think that COVID numbers is like score like golf. Like the more positive numbers you have, the better you're doing. But it's actually like
Yeah,
it should be
yeah,
the opposite.
yeah,
So we're staying in our house.
yeah.
A lot of COVID.
We'll
We
get
did
back
have-
Find it
together.
through the computer. Wait,
We'll
Christy.
get back together soon, and we still have to figure out some way to do cooking the book for at
We do.
least solace.
if we could
we'll
find
see
a
it.
grilling the book, then we could grill and then we could be outside
No, that's true. That's true.
Grilling the book.
grilling the book.
We did have y'all. We did have. I'll throw this out there. one of our very own members and contributors, Natalie Camerata, has her novel out. Go support her. I got it. Like I got mine. I ordered it on her website.
It's
and she
autographed.
said it is. It says thanks for keeping it
Woo!
lit.
Oh,
Yeah, so y'all go support Natalie. And Christy, what are all those boxes?
Yeah, are
back
y'all
there?
moving?
okay. So there's this box here, and then there's this stack of boxes here. So this is all of the Take a Shot books. This is all of the Literally Wasted tumblers. It's all of the magnets and buttons and bottle openers and posters. We're still waiting on a couple more things. I know we're also waiting for like shirts and totes and stuff, but it's starting to happen, guys.
It is. So y'all, thanks for all your patience. As you know, like supply chain in so many industries, even t-shirts, has been
And
impacted,
Windows.
and Windows,
Sorry. That's a
everything,
personal
like
thing. We bought
everything has
Windows,
been
like,
impacted.
3 months ago, and they're still not here. It's fine.
So like Christy said, pretty much all that stuff's in. T-shirts we're hoping will be in by the tail end of this week, if not early next week. So they had some delays, and then vacations, as you can imagine. We were trying to, we had to get our pre-orders in at the end of the month, and then it's like, okay, who all ordered what? Let's make sure we've got more than enough. So yeah, it's just been kind of kooky. So thanks for your patience. We're gonna probably start to get some orders out soon of stuff that we can complete your order. But I know a lot of people ordered t-shirts. So if you did order any kind of t-shirts, that's going to be kind of the tail
the fabric
end.
Stuff.
Fabric
Yeah.
stuff.
All coming from the
Also
same
the
totes and
koozies and shot glasses are straggling too, but we're working on them.
Yeah, so stuff will probably start to roll out. Thank you for your patience. And again, thanks for the support. All of those funds just go to support our streaming software and any kind of things. We're going to be working on a website update once we get through shipping all this stuff. And what we're going to do is the website will be literarylywasted.club.
I mean, it is right now. It is
right now,
If you go
but
to
it redirects.
literarylywasted.club, it redirects to another home site that we had built, but now it's not going to do that anymore.
And who knows? I haven't talked to these people, but I've got some new ideas for Take a Shot, and that's yeah.
One thing at a time.
My brain. I know one thing at a time. I get ahead of myself, but wheels are churning. Yeah. So anyway, I think that's all I had.
I have nothing. I'm out.
We'll see y'all in 2 weeks.
Yeah, 2 weeks is going to be fun. Really enjoying the books. Looking forward to being a little bit more active now in the Facebook now that Broken News is wrapped and we're not on vacation anymore, and it feels good to be getting back into Literarily Wasted, and we had to step back just a little bit. So apologies for being a little bit more distant than usual.
We had some life. It's okay. Life was busy the past 2 months. It's been crazy. It's been crazy the past 2 months.
But we're getting back in there. And the important thing is, everyone, please stay safe. Make good decisions.
Be good humans.
Take care of yourself and take care of others,
yes,
good humans would do.
In the words of Lewis Tully, stay safe, keep sharp, make good decisions. Ghostbusters 2.
Okay. Be a good human, and we'll see you in 2 weeks.
See you in 2 weeks. Bye, everybody.